What's up, punters and dribblers? Welcome back to another episode of About Even, the number one betting show on planet Earth. Brought to you by our good friends at Neds. Shout out to Neds. We love Neds. If you are going to have a punt, do it responsibly, but take it to the Neds level with Neds. You can't take it to the Neds level with anyone else, so it'd be silly to try. Before we get into it, rosé, pink cord hats, they're on sale right now. By the time you're listening to it, Wednesday, 6 p.m. at hellosport.shop. They're on sale right now. Go get one. But as always, I welcome Edward Simpson, Sebastian Antoniou, random stats guy. Tobler's over there. Dave, I think, somewhere in here in this cavernous fucking studio of ours. How are we all?
Good, mate. Pumped for Jesus' round. Because I've always liked Jesus' round. Because you get fucking Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, rugby league.
Not to mention UFC Sunday, Masters all weekend.
Mate, I was trying to work that out. I'm like, is the Masters usually on the Easter weekend? It's not, is it?
Not that I remember.
No, definitely not.
But Easter bounces around. Easter,
Does it?
yeah, it does.
Loves a bounce.
Loves a bounce.
Because I was thinking that as well, because I'm going to Tumut, and I'm like, I swear it's fucking colder.
I don't even know how they come up with the date, but it moves.
It's
fucking
like
oath.
because it's always on like Easter Friday, Easter month, and those dates change.
I think sometimes it's in March.
Nah. It is. It is.
Yeah,
it is. Because I was looking at a few stats and was looking up like Good Friday games, and a few of them are late March.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, can we just fucking pick and stick here? What the fuck's going on?
Listen, I don't know how they come up with it. The Vatican obviously sit down and just finger in the air.
Whoa, Jesus Christ. I thought you were... They also do that with other things, Edward.
They do, but that's not what I was talking about.
Okay, well, it certainly gave the wrong...
Well,
image.
Obviously...
Imagery is everything.
Imagery is everything, and I think that basically, based on their history, that's probably why you formed that opinion.
They do that more than they test the air, I'd say.
They do. And maybe they need to test the air more than they do that.
Because we need to work out when Easter is, and let's just lock in a date. Let's stop fingering people.
Let's stop fingering people. But that's by the by. Big round of rugby league and a big weekend of sport generally. Fucking Bells is also on as well in the surfing. So it's just...
If we can get some swell.
pumping.
So, look, I think it's probably time to get into some accountability, everyone.
Another good week for you, mate.
Yeah, well, look, just quick. Actually, fucking flies. We're obviously doing the NRL. We're obviously doing the Masters, doing UFC, doing our $10 into 10,000. Lippy Dribbler is...
Lippy Dribbler is. I don't have his name, so you just keep
I'll just
fluffing.
keep going.
Yep.
I'll keep padding, as they say. We will have Randos Bet of the Week. I will not forget him at all.
Jesus, that's a big call. You're backing yourself.
I'm not going to forget him once. But that's what's coming up as Sebo finds who the Lippy Dribbler is. Daniel Bowen. He sounds like a 5-game NRL player.
Is he a Bowen?
Not Matty Bowen. But
Is he of Bowen stock?
No, dude, I don't think so.
He says he's a bulldog.
Oh, he made the belt.
Oh, he made the belt.
Okay, a little more respect then to Daniel. But still, definitely didn't play 40 games of NRL. He's less than the average.
It's quite a belt, though.
Oh, that's a belt.
Yeah, but a lot of people can not succeed at one thing and then
Kempy.
Yeah.
Kempy didn't. Kempy played less than the games, and now look at him.
Yeah, I think he played the average need almost, 48 games.
Yeah.
I will say this about the maker of the belt, the Bowen man. Fucking hell of a job.
The Bowen belt.
A lot of people, you see it in the video, but you don't get to hold it, touch it, feel it. There's a lot of detail and weight that's going into this bad boy.
And that's like real metal.
It's real. Like, I've never held a belt before. Like, you've held fake ones, but
Yes.
once you touch this, you're like, this is legitimate.
And there's some nice little homages on there. He's got the original Hello Sport logo on there, which is just a touch of class. So, Bowen, good luck, brah.
Yeah.
You're going to need it because you and your contemporaries stink.
Yes. Now, for those of you that don't know, the belt is for the overall outright winner at the end of the season. It sits in front of the person currently leading. So that is why it sits in front of Seb and has done since the very first episode, I believe. Which will, as we look into accountability, which we're about to get into, I think we'll see how everyone has progressed in the last week. Now, I just need to kick off accountability. Is this my camera, Tobler? Is this me right here? I'm a shit punter. In 2023 at least, I'm a shit punter. And look, there's a famous Hello Sport adage, and that's if you're winning them early, you're not winning them late. And I'm hoping to Christ that that's the truth. But as it stands, I can't punt, and I would encourage no one to follow me at all.
I'm excited to see where you go this week because obviously you've gone Old Testament Tom, New Testament Tom, stick to the fucking process Tom, new process
dude,
Tom.
I may as well be just...
I don't know where he's at, but if I had to
river.
hazard a guess, he's going to do his big like unit bet so he doesn't lose units and just bank on a unit scooper getting him out of hell. Like that would be my guess.
Can I just speak to that approach firstly? As this is a competition, if I am to do that and to pull it out of my asshole like you did last season, fucking oath, I win, baby. That's how winning's done.
I'm not saying it's not a win.
No,
I'm just saying that's your strategy where you've probably given up, where we've still got a lot of rounds of footy to play. You can crawl your way back there slowly. I've only got this lead without a unit scooper in 5 weeks.
Listen, I have been one away from smoothies the last two of the last 3 weeks, so I'm confident that I can turn it around. But the current mood in camp is one of kid can't punt for shit.
Have you got a bit of the West Tigers about you?
No, mate.
Yeah.
Come on. At least I'm getting some bets. They can't do a thing. They haven't had a win. So
Yeah, you don't get too many bets. You just get.
I still get some though.
No, but you get the one try scorer on the 10K challenge, which we should all be getting.
Yeah, I know. I hit a Titans and Storm one a couple of weeks ago as well. You could argue that I was unlucky. Look, we'll get into it. Let's just get into it. Some accountability. First game, Roosters defeat the Eels. I had Madison anytime. Funny fact that my whole explanation about him running at Drew Hutchison was incorrect. He was on the other side of the field, so I'm a fucking idiot. Eddie, how'd you go?
Mate, I had Gutho. Suoli'i let me down. He let me down. He was a busy little bee in that game. Just no real opportunities to score a try.
He probably could have scored.
twice.
Well, actually, when he passed, he could have just backed himself and run.
He also caught it just before Gutherson. Gutherson stole it off him before
That's
he put
true.
it down as well.
That's a good point.
That's true.
I think that he's proven to everyone, though, that he can pass.
Yes.
So just, keep that in mind with your punting moving forward.
Your radio bet was wrong, though.
Lippy 2 out of 4 and Sebo hit.
Yeah, I got Sebo and Toops. Just a classic easy bet. You guys gave me a little bit of shit
No.
for it. And then,
Did we?
Yeah, you were going to, and you reined yourself in, and
so he did.
it was enough shit for the bet to be a certainty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember it that
No,
way.
I don't either. Panthers absolutely fucking humped the Raiders. That was easy. That was obvious. I was a Dilly Bags Edwards away. I had Panthers -12, Crichton anytime. Dylan Edwards couldn't get over for me in a humping, which is just... That's the way 2023 is for Tom.
That's okay, mate.
Yeah.
Look, Raiders going like a busted ass. So 13 plus was just a lock. Crichton's a freak. The try he scored was ridiculous. And Zach Hosking, I told you, baby, just runs those neat, tidy lines. Bulls. Born in Manly, 937. It's a good bet.
That's a good
Yeah,
bet.
it's a good bet. Sebo, nothing there.
Crichton
We move
needed him for
on
2.
to Storm Rabbitohs. I think that the Rabbitohs beat Manly, right? So I'm, take this with a don't factor that into what I'm saying. But they're actually not that good this year. Like they're good. They're obviously a top 8 team.
The Rabbitohs?
Yeah. They're a top 8 team, but you lose to the Roosters, you lose to the Storm, who both sucked at a certain point this year.
I think
No,
they're
no.
lacking panache.
Panache.
They don't seem to have a heap of panache.
Okay. What would look like panache to you?
Just a bit of razzle-dazzle.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're just a bit too, rudimentary.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just a bit boring. Like, if they were a root, you'd tell your mates the next day, yeah, it was all right. It was okay.
Yeah. No fingers in the doot.
No things in the door, no reverse cowgirl.
Or cowboy.
Or he didn't dominate me. Like, it wasn't,
Yeah.
it was missionary.
Missionary. They're
I'm
coming too quick.
seeing missionary rugby league, and I'm seeing, a bit of primo. That's what I'm saying.
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
If you're playing it safe, Cooper Cronk said something similar. Like, if you're playing it safe, then fucking when the game's on the line, you're not going to win it because the team that fucking chances their arms more likely. So, Rabbitoh's not really up to it. But, Sebo, you did hit, which is
Yeah, look, I got the under and Graham to score 6.22. I'll take that.
It's a good bet. It's a good bet.
Rabbitohs.
As soon as Graham scored, and I was like, "Fuck, what's the score?" Because I got home and watched the game after the golf day, and obviously begged for Olam to score a try the whole time. But knowing that Sebo had already hit was just There was something deflating about that.
Well, and you roll that into Sebo basically rigging his own golf tournament. It was quite a Friday for him, and for everyone else, it wasn't. So
You guys came dead last.
no, we didn't.
No, we
Come
didn't.
second last.
You came tied last.
Second last.
Tied
Because
last.
So no. So that wouldn't be dead last, though, would it?
no,
Yeah,
dead
you'd
last
be
would be by
last.
yourself.
You'd be last.
Tied last.
And if we had a stack decide how we'd wanted to,
Yeah.
although
We hadn't brought our fucking absolute
well, listen, if we'd subbed out Tobler, who we only had to use a couple of his shots through pure necessity, otherwise we didn't even use a putt of
No.
his. And subbed him out for
Literally
a mate
anyone.
of mine, we would have won.
or just like a pine cone. You know, if you just throw a pine cone at the ball on a tee, it would have been better shots than his. Like if you just,
Mate, we would have been better off bringing Tonka.
yeah,
Fair dinkum.
get a dog out there just like with his tail.
He's got quite a tail.
He'd be fucking better tail than Tobler can swing a club. That's an objective fact as well. That's not an emotional response to a loss. Tobler thinking he'll be back.
Anyway,
he'll be back on
$800
the
well
camera filming us next time. He's-
$800 well spent on the lessons, Tobler.
yeah, if we see you with a club in your hand, then there's a sacking afoot. Well done, Seb. Well done, Seb.
It was a good Friday,
Well
good
done,
weekend
Seb.
for me. So cheering, and you can shit on the Bunnies all you want. If Missionary is just losing to the Storm, just run me through what tying with the Knights is, please.
Well,
That was razzle dazzle. It was 32 all.
it was razzle dazzle.
That was a hot route. It's just no one came.
no. Yeah, it was a hot route on probably some Persians.
I think
And, you know, we couldn't-
everyone's on the Persians, and it fucking you get into your work, and then you try to push to the finish line,
Yeah.
and you just go, let's pack.
You
it
got
up.
to nip off to the bathroom to stare yourself in the mirror and try and get yourself back up.
Let's just pack it up. But at least there was a lot of fun had by all.
To be honest, had I just gone Manly the dub because I haven't been doing 13 plus this year, I still wouldn't have got up. But I feel like I may have changed the universe a little bit because I had Kelma and Hamole, and then I got fucking Rando getting me with the Garrick shit. Like I had my ideas, and then I got my brain clouded. So that's almost a bad beat for me.
Yeah, Rando, you do have a lot of explaining to do on that one.
Garrick scored, didn't he?
Not
Oh,
first,
like
second, or
the-
third.
I'm not a huge fan of the first, second, third.
I'm not anymore after last weekend either.
I'm on one game, first, second, third.
I was in the car. I had to listen in the car on the radio, and as soon as the fucking third try scorer went over, I was just like, "Fucking Rando,
yeah.
Yeah.
that fucker."
fuck-
Because then the game's over straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was pathetic. I
No one
got
got up.
1 of 5 legs.
I got 2 of 4.
0-1 for me.
Dragons, fish. Dragons win 38-12. We were all wrong here. You two got a hammer.
We had a hammer.
I had a hammer 2+, but Dolphins W.
They needed that. You know, crashing back to earth.
I feel like this is more what it's going to become
Yep.
for them.
Yep.
It's going to be a bit more like, okay, you had a great start. You know, Wayne got you up. Now it's going to be.
You're not going to
kinda
come
like-
last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tigers will do that for you. The pressure's off. Spoon pressure's off. But fuck that game.
Yep.
Broncos, Tigers. Now, this had ramifications for my unit scooper, but basically Reece Walsh not scoring even one try just changed the course of my entire life. Well, not entire life this week, but
You made $50.
You made $50 off me.
that's right. Sucks shit, dude.
Good stuff.
Good to fucking peg back a little win. That
Yep.
line, dude, you're an idiot. Broncos minus 15.5.
Mate, it's gonna happen at some point, and I'm not gonna-
Not the fucking top of the table hot boy Broncos.
They do it all the time. They'll do it to someone.
Nah,
They'll do it to
the
someone. I'm not going to
Broncos,
chase it
dude.
because I can't be fucked trying to figure out
Thank
when. But
God,
that's
I
what the
forgot
Tigers
about
will
this,
do.
bro. Let me slide.
I don't know about the Tigers anymore. I'm starting to think they could lose every game.
Yeah, dude.
Nah, they're going to win. They're going to beat, like, who are they playing this weekend? The
Eels.
You know,
Dude, the Eels do not lose to. We'll get to our bed. They don't lose to. the
No,
Tigers.
no, no, there's no
It's just
way.
that these Tigers are a different breed of shit this year. They suck.
My bet was good, obviously. None from 4 legs.
Yeah, really good from you, buddy. Warriors defeat the Sharks. Is this sort of a bad beat in that I had Sharks minus 11.5 Kennedy Katoa.
No, it's not because the
it's not.
Sharks
And then they
lost.
let the Warriors back in after a
That's not a
20-point
bad
lead.
beat if you had minus 11 and they didn't even win the game.
But they were 20 points up.
You got to play 80 minutes. You got to play 80 minutes.
They were 20 points up.
Well,
gotta
I'd say
play 80 minutes.
anytime anyone's winning a game and you had them head to head and they lose, it's a
No,
bad
because
beat.
it's a fucking 20-point comeback.
You got to play 80 minutes, Tom. and they put the cue back in the rack.
I was
And
watching
Sean Johnson
this.
came alive.
I was watching this and I'm going, here we go. And then I wasn't watching it. I came back and I'm like, that's what happens.
I will say this though, fucking great game of footy.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I was
Fucking
happy
great
to
game of
like.
footy.
I was like, I just need Nickera to score and them to convert it, and I'll with my bet. And I was like, you know what? I'm like half in that camp, half in just wanting the Warriors to win. Like, go Warriors.
I like the Warriors, dude.
Yeah.
The Wars are cool.
Everyone likes the Wars.
Lippy,
Lippy was saluted.
Katoa Kozi, 550. Good bet.
Not a bad bet. Not a bad bet.
One more than me so far. Dogs, cows.
We were saying, you and I were talking about if Walsh had scored at O'Carr
In the 80th
to
minute.
salute for your $700 fucking unit scooper, scored in the 79th minute, that would have been biblical.
I would have been live streaming in here for sure.
Yeah.
Just
A lot
sit there
of-
by myself.
Unfortunately, though, when it comes to your bets, at least this season, heaps of what ifs.
There's a lot of what ifs, and I will
Like
say
you're drowning in what
I'm
ifs.
pretty sure, I can't remember for sure, but I don't know if Seb early crowed me or if you early crowed it before Hammer, but you came to me and were like, Uniscape's looking pretty good. And I'm like, I try to ignore him and just sort of like, I'll check in maybe on a Saturday, maybe on a Sunday, just see how
When did he
He said
early
it on
crow?
Saturday.
I said the unit scoop is still alive. That's not an early crow.
No, but it's putting it in my fucking face.
Some people don't realise that, like an
That's
early
not an
crow,
early crow.
an early crow is saying something's like certainty. It's going to happen.
No,
it's gonna
'cause I got early crowed a
Someone
couple
just
of weeks
going,
before.
"Hey, your bet's still
No,
alive."
but
That's not a crow.
he said you were basically home.
No, but the reason that it's an early crow from Seb is because of the intent behind it, which
No,
is
I said your unit
to bring,
scoop is
like,
alive.
if you're in a competitive situation, then you're going like, unit scoop is still alive. It's like, you motherfucker.
That is not an early crow. It's
No,
like,
but
as
it
well
is
as
from you.
When you put up a thing saying we've got 5 legs of the 10K challenge, people are like, oh, early crow. It's like, no, that's an update.
No,
Like,
that's a different one. That's different as well, 'cause
Not
it's-
every update is an early crow. If you can't tell the difference, like, you obviously are not a good punter as well.
No. Because
Tom.
it's the intention. That's not fair, even though it's true currently. I am not a good punter, and I'm happy to own that right now. That's about ownership. You got to own things. I'm not a good punter, but that from you was an early crow. That from anyone else not on this show, not an early crow. Fuck you for doing it. Shame on you.
Sure.
No one got anything in the dogs, cows. Eddie, take it from here, please.
So 5 from 5, or 4 from 4 rather, in the 10 into 10,000. Tupou, Crichton, Mulatalo, Garrick. Just piece of piss, really.
Yes, but that takes us to 5.
6.
6.
In a row. 6 in a row. So it starts to get very serious.
So we only need this week
weekend.
to do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is fucking hectic.
An Easter miracle?
Well, listen. This is, I think, for this to get up, we need Jesus on side.
Yep.
And me and Jesus are pals. I know he's a friend of yours. Obviously, we know his fucking son, St. Peter. So, you know, I think that if we have a word, we should be okay. But a lot of pressure.
Look, I'm closer to his son than I am to Jesus.
Well, we know his son well.
Yeah.
But in so facto, we know.
He's my mate's dad, basically.
Correct. And you know your mate's dad.
You do know your mate's dad. Jesus is my mate's dad.
Correct.
You know, he's caught us doing beer bongs and shit down the back of the house.
That's right.
Back in the day when we were growing up.
Correct. Now,
Staying up late.
yeah. I mean, he let you get away with a bit, Jesus.
Jesus would let you get away with it, but he was all knowing, all seeing. So it was kind of like he wouldn't even have to come down to the backyard to know you're doing beer bongs. Sometimes he'd know before you were doing it.
Well, he knew you were going to do them. That's Jesus for you. Now, unit scoopers, Tom 7 from 8. Didn't hit though. I was 2 from 5, Seb 4 from 5. You're getting close every week, Seb, but your odds were shit.
Why would
and,
you? Yeah, well, I mean,
and
you
the
suck him off. You don't say,
Lippy 3
well done,
from
Tom.
5.
You got pretty close. Well done, dude.
Because we've already fucking talked about you for 20 minutes, mate. Jesus Christ. Leaderboard, Sebo, 2.02 units. Well done, brah.
Yep.
3 from
Positive is
10
positive.
bets.
I'll take it. Thank you.
I had 2 from 10 plus 0.65, but still green.
About even.
Still green. Lippy, 3rd, 1 from 9 minus 0.78, and Tom last, 1 from 10 minus 3.6, which means that you are dead last on the leaderboard. Congratulations. Sebo, still got that big juicy lead, 13.78.
13%.
I'm 2nd, minus 11.23. Lippy 3rd, minus 17.48, and Tom 4th, minus 20.3.
Jesus Christ.
I think you'll last the season on this sort of trajectory. You've lost 1/5 of your You're kidding.
Mate, it turns around quick. Things turn quick. You just need one good weekend. One good weekend.
But shout out to the Lippies, 3 from 45 bets. 6%. 6% of their bets are getting right.
6 from 54 bets is fucking disgusting. 11-11 though. Hey, 11 percentage. Hey,
11-11, mate.
That's good. That's good for me this week. I'm turning around.
So 6 from 54. Sebo's 15 from 54. Pretty good. 27% of your bets is pretty fucking good.
Pretty much a third.
That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah. No, that is good. It's a good start for him.
Great start for him.
Sebo
way out in front.
Yeah, he is way
Pure
out in front.
and simple.
How far out in front is he again? 13 units up. Okay. So.
And you're 20 down.
No.
He's got 33 units on you, which
Yeah.
is a fuckload.
It's a lot. It's objectively a lot. I think we should maybe just get into the punting though. What do you reckon? Give me a chance to change my stars.
Sure, mate.
Do I get units for beating Sebo on the line, or I just get that 50?
You just get that 50.
Give me units as well. Fuck. First up, we got Storm v Roosters Thursday night. Amy Park. Storm favourites $1.77. Roosters 2.02.
I'll give you the units, but we have to take off the other ones you've lost already.
No. Let's not do that. The line. Line is 1.5. Over under 39.5. Rando. What's the stats saying, bruh?
Well, it's going to be a wet Thursday night in Melbourne, 70% chance of rain, 10 to 20 millimetres, Eddie, just in case you're going to ask how much rain there was going to be.
I was going to ask. 10 to 20 is not nothing.
Not nothing. It's a bit more than 1 to 5. It's a decent amount.
Getting close to an inch.
Well, I'm not a mathematician, but yeah, I guess it is. The big stat here, the Storm have won all 11 games they played at Amy Park on a Thursday night. Undefeated on Thursday in Melbourne. They've also won 5 of their last 6 games against the Roosters. The Roosters, on the other hand, they have not won as the underdog in the wet in the last 5 seasons at all. So they hate coming down as the underdog in the wet. For try scorers, I did mention last week about Melbourne's left edge. They again conceded a try to the Bunnies in round 5 to Campbell Graham. Now the Roosters, they have the second best attacking right edge. So I am looking at Jackson Paulo here, who has scored in each of his last 3 games. He's at good value at $2.55.
Nice. Who's inside Paulo? Is that Suoliti's side?
Drew Hutchison.
Drew was getting into his work on the weekend.
I think I gave Drew first try score. I was talking mad shit about Drew off camera, but just about the fact that, actually it was even on camera. I think it was Madison was going to run all over Drew. So I'm not going to fuck with Drew again, but I don't know what to make of those fucking stats, Eddie. What do you make?
I hear Rando's stats and I'm liking them. Because Jackson, Jackson, weird spelling, good player, he goes in. I've already got him in there. The Brick, Warbrick, who I've been liking of late. They seem to be going his side more than Xavier's. He goes in. And I just see tightness, punters and dribblers in this game. Real, honest fucking tightness. The Storm have improved their D immeasurably over the last couple of weeks. I reckon they go out uncompromising. I think the Roosters do the fucking same. I reckon that will be like the basis of the training this week. Go out there and defend your fucking cocks off. So either team less than 6.5. The rain does good things for me. That's nice stuff. Put it all together, $14.44.
I don't hate it. Sebo, what are you doing?
I like that, Eddie. Look, I'm going unders. It's 39.5. It's kind of a scary unders
That is
line.
scary.
That's right on the button.
That's horror movie shit.
Yeah, like 42, you're like, oh, that's heaps. 39, you're just like, oh.
If I see a 3,
Yeah, I'm very
it takes balls to go unders with a 3.
I know, but I just feel like these two teams have great D. They're going to get up for each other because they're the teams of yesteryear that are the best teams, and they start a little bit shaky. They're going to go mark this one down as like we need to get our D sorted. So I'm going unders, under 39.5, and I want to leave try scorers out. I'm just going Roosters. I don't know. It's honestly a flip of a coin, and I just took the one with the higher value. So that's 345. I'm behind this bet, but I'm not fully behind it, if you know what I mean. Like
you're prepared to take a risk because you got the units to fucking dance with.
Yeah, like I'm taking a bit of a punt on it. Yeah.
Are you scared about the Roosters, though?
About the what?
The Roosters element.
Oh, I reckon it's a flip of a coin. So it's just like I'll flip the coin for that, which is 50-50 odds, and I'm I thought it'd be unders even without knowing the rain. Like, surely it's unders.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's $3.45 for a flip of a coin.
27.
Look at me real quick. Booger in your left nostril.
Oh, great.
Why are you getting that? 27% of the Roosters Storm games have gone under in the last 5 seasons.
How many?
27% of 11 games. So
Okay.
9 games out of the 11 have gone under.
He's confused me then.
No. So 9 of the 11 have gone unders.
Yeah, that should be 27%, I believe.
75%.
Yep.
70
So 27% have gone
overs.
overs. Sorry. Yep. I've lost.
Very confusing.
No, he's fucking confused.
Basically, punters and dribblers, if Rando's math not making sense to you, 9 of the last 11 games between these two teams have gone unders.
Right. There you go. Nice vibe from you there, Sebo.
Yep.
Look, there's something about, I'm wondering whether having Joey Manu of Golden Boot fame at the back for the Roosters is going to, like, I just, whether they're going to, like, have a bit more. Now, Drew Hutchison in the centres, I know I talk shit, but, like, he wasn't too bad last week. It still doesn't fill me with a whole lot of confidence, but Drewy can do a job. I think Joey at the back changes him a little bit, makes him more potent in attack.
Drewy the new Orbo.
Drubo. So I'm just taking Roosters 1-12. I haven't gone a 1-12 this year. I'm scared. Unders is scary. 1-12 scary, but 1-12s have been happening a fair bit this year. I'm just going Roosters 1-12. Fuck what the stats say. Randos all over the shop anyway, and Suoliti any time to be unlocked by Joey Manu. You're gonna get 692. I think it's pretty conservative. I think it's pretty good. 692, Roosters 1-12, Suoliti anytime. What's Lippy doing?
Tupou, Meany, and unders 1647.
There you go.
It's okay.
I don't.
It's not the worst.
It's not the worst.
It's okay.
But
It's okay.
Yeah. I think for the
He just
unders,
gets the odds because he's got 2 try scorers
And
with
an unders,
and an unders. Yeah.
which I'm trying to be humble here. Like, this is like a hat in hand. I'm just trying to be simple and bet like a better would, you know?
Can I ask you something? Do you believe in that bet?
I actually do. I actually do believe in that bet. I think the Roosters are good, and I think they can win. But I think the Storm have definitely improved, so I like 1-12. Suoliti scoring, I don't fucking mind it with Joey Martin.
I'm just checking because you need a bit of belief.
I do believe in that bet. We move on, though. We've got the Bunnies and the Dogs. Dogs $3.40, Bunnies $1.30 at the shithole of Core Stadium. Line 11.5, over under 42.5. Edward.
Bang. Got it wrong. Bang. Rando.
Fuck. Second game. Didn't take long.
Didn't take long.
Good Friday. Should be dry, but a 40% chance of rain. Will be really light, 1 to 5 millimeters, so don't worry about it. It hasn't been a good Friday for Dogs fans in a while. They have lost this matchup the last 4 times and only won 3 of their last 10 Good Friday encounters against the Rabbitohs. The Bunnies, they haven't lost 2 in a row at a core since 2020, but the odd stat here is that those 2 games that they lost was against Melbourne and Bulldogs back-to-back, so could be eerie there, a little bit of a pattern. In terms of try scorers, the defensive mismatch is the Rabbitohs' left edge, which has conceded 40% of their tries just between the centre and the winger there. The opposing right winger has cashed in 4 of the last 5 Bunnies games. Taane Milne, he comes onto the left edge in replacement of AJ, so there's a new centre-wing partnership there, and Milne has conceded 19 tries in his last 22 games. So I'm looking at Jacob Carraz as a potential try scorer. I think he's $2.65 on Neds.
Right.
Quite like that. That's a good stat.
It is a good stat if it wasn't for the fact that the Dogs are just absolutely decimated with injuries. They're completely fucked. They've got so many cunts out.
I think they had to go to the NRL and beg on their knees for concession.
Let us bring in...
Yeah, they needed someone outside the top 30.
Yeah, so I see any stat that is in favour of the Dogs here and just go, fucking ignore it. I think the Bunnies beat the shit out of them, to be honest. 13 plus. Order of the day. And the Bunnies have been going right more this year. Left has been clunky as fuck comparatively to what it used to be. So I'm liking Cambo Graham again. He got over for me last week. And Keon back on the edge. I think they played him in the centres in the middle against the Storm. He was in the middle, or against Manly he was in the middle. I'm like, let's get him. He's back on the edge. I'm going to have a little look at him. And you're going to get 10.42 for that hot piece of arse.
What'd you get for Keon? What was he paying?
5s?
Ives, that's pretty.
Oh,
I'll
that's
double
big.
check. That could be wrong.
It's pretty good for a Keon.
Yeah, it is.
You'd expect him around the
330.
330. There you go.
I couldn't quite fucking wrap my head around margins and lines and shit. I knew it was going to be a bit dewy, a little bit slippery potentially. Of course, stadium. It just gets it feels a bit slippery out there, which I think sometimes if it's rainy can be a bit low scoring. But I think the Rabbitohs will win. Campbell Graham will go over because he's in a purple patch right now, and I like the way he plays his rugby league. Again, I don't know how many fucking times I need to say it. I like cunts that run fucking hot lines, and that's what Campbell does. And Latrell Mitchell, I just feel like he's been a bit slow in getting into the season, injecting himself, not running the football as much as people would like. If he's going to start fucking running the footy, why not on Good Friday? It's a good day to run football. So I think Latrell will score a try as well. Graham and Latrell, nice and simple, against a decimated Doggies, $5.
I don't love those odds because Latrell hasn't been scoring, but it is a decimated Dogs.
I think he is going to score because I saw something, and I'm a big believer in, like if you win a golf day and win your bets, like
Ring a golf day.
The more things you can win leading up to a really important day, you get luck on your side. And this isn't so much about the game for Trell. He wants to score and build that momentum because he's got some prize cows in the Easter show, like some show cows. You know what I mean?
That's the worst story I've ever read in my life.
He does have show cows though, and he's going to show off for those cows.
Yeah, he loves it. If you're in
It's
best
out of
in
the
show,
core. It's out of the core.
Mate, it's next door. He'll go in, he'll see the cows, and then he'll come over and score a try in their honour.
mate, people who
Yeah, it's
enter
anything
stuff
about
best in show, like that shit's very important to them. So I think he just, whether he sees the cows first or after, I don't know. There's just something about Trell having cows next door to the stadium in best in show. So I'm just taking him. South's covered for the line, 11.5, 358. Like, this is the week Trell scores, like 100%.
So, quick question for our friend Rando over there, as someone seems to be running our building through a car wash. Is there any stats that would lead anyone to believe Trell is going to score this weekend?
He has scored in each of his last 2 games against the Dogs. He scored 9 tries in 12 games all up, which is the second most he's scored against a club.
Okay.
Yeah, great. Fantastic.
So,
They're
There
good
is a couple.
stats, and you combine that with the fact that his boyhood dream was to enter cows into the Royal Sydney Easter show. I think it's all looking pretty positive.
Well, listen, off the back of Rando's fucking
Here
Trell
he
stat,
comes. Here he comes.
I'm adding a Trell
Here
in.
he comes.
I'm adding a Trell in, baby.
Here he comes.
You added Trell into mine. Bunnies 13 plus. Campbell Graham, Keon Trell. You go from
You hated my bet a second ago.
1042 to 1992, which was a great year as well. So
You hated my bet moments ago.
Well, you don't have the same bet as me, so it's all
I
right.
literally got two same legs.
I got stats that backed me up. So
You forgot about the cows, didn't you?
You haven't got. I did forget it. I told you about the cows yesterday.
No, but you forgot about the cows putting the bet on.
Of course, I forgot about the cows.
He also puts it on for the cows as well. The Bulldogs haven't scored a point when Latrell's played on Good Friday.
Haven't scored a point.
There's only been 1 game, but
Okay.
I tell you what would be a fucking fun thing to win at a show. Biggest pumpkin or biggest zucchini or something.
Do you need to
fucking
juice
weird.
that
It would be a
shit up?
journey. It would be a journey watching it grow. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like you're just watching it get bigger. And
How do you
bigger.
do that though? Like, how do you juice?
Yeah, juice them.
These things are juiced.
Well, they're on a cycle.
They're on like Denning Kemp shit.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you putting into it to juice? You don't put literal steroids in
Oh,
it?
fuck yeah. Into the arse of it.
Into the arse.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind going there to show and checking out some of this stuff.
Either that or best sponge cake.
Oh, it couldn't be fucked to do a sponge cake.
Imagine that. Imagine the look on the old birds' faces if you walked in away with gold in the sponge.
Yeah, but see, what you'd have to do there if you're trying to get gold in the sponges, you'd have to enter it in anonymously because they'd see you. There's no way that the judges of best sponge cake are giving it to some fucking upstart. You know what I mean? It's got to. They're usually looking for like some sweet mum,
old lady,
yeah,
kind
old
of.
lady.
Yeah,
who's been-
I'd pay a sweet mum to drop it off on
Eats
my
all their
behalf.
like treats out of tins and shit, like
Yeah,
lunch
yeah,
shortbreads,
boils, lollies, and all that sort of crap.
Like that.
you could do that.
day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, now that we're all on Trell, hopefully he doesn't go over for the moo cow bet. What's the Lippy doing?
Cody and Fox.
503. Meh.
Meh. Meh.
Cows, Dolphins. Initially, I was looking at it and thinking, like, Cows still suck, but Scotty Drinkback is something you can't ignore. They're favourites at $1.26. The fish are $3.80. The line is 11.5. Over under 42.5. Rando, stats, please.
It's going to be a hot one in Townsville, 28 degrees and dry. Now, Wayne, he hates travelling to North Queensland. As you imagined earlier in the trial games, he didn't even show up to the one in Cairns. That's because he's only won 2 of his last 10 games up there. The Cowboys, though, I am wary about that big line. They've only covered the line as favourite at home 44% of the time in the last 3 seasons and only once in their last 4 home night games. So potentially could see the Finns come back. We also saw that the Dolphins, they've only lost 1 by 13 plus against the Dragons, and they were leading 8-0 to the Dragons when Milford was on the field. Milford came from the field with that injury, and the floodgates opened, and they had no way to score points. So just keep that in mind as well. For try scorers, the Cowboys' right side is one of the worst in the comp right now, conceding a whopping 60% of their tries. The Dolphins will try their luck with Cody at 6. Now, which player knows Cody best from the left side lineup of the Dolphins? That's Ewan Aiken. He scored 3 tries in his last 3 games at centre when Cody has been the 5'8". To top it off, Aiken has scored 6 tries in his last 6 games against the Cowboys and scored in each of his last 4 games as centre against the Cowboys. So I'm looking to Ewan Aiken here on the left side for the Dolphins as an anytime at 3.25.
Jesus Christ, you can't ignore that.
Yeah, I'm not going to ignore that.
You can't ignore that.
That was a serious Aitken bet.
I'm changing my bet. The whole thing's changing. I had
Massive
Hiku
narrative.
into unders, and that's just a dumb, stupid bet. Get that out of here.
That's a serious,
Scotty.
serious bet.
You go Ewan into drink
Yeah,
anytime.
that's what I'm doing.
Ewan into drink anytime gets you 724.
Oh, I'm doing it.
You best believe I'm doing it.
For fuck's sake.
You best believe
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I tell you, listen here. Scotty Drink he went to fullback around this time last year, and the Cowboys just went fucking to another level. They've been rubbish without him at the back. Rubbish. Scotty Drink, they grow a leg with Scotty. A big time leg. Tripod stuff, I think, this week. And after the devastating loss last week, where they were just a bit pathetic, really, let's be honest. I know it was raining, but they were a bit weak. Bit conservative.
Yeah.
I think they go out there this week and fucking rip and tear.
Bit of dry footy.
Dry, hot rugby league.
Dry,
Scotty
hot
Drink back
FNQ
there
footy.
barking at you. Get the fucking job done, boys. They win. They win. And I'll tell you how you know that. The bookies have got them at $1.26.
But are you putting him in to win, or are you just going Ewan drink?
No, I come not to $1.26 is too short.
Yeah, it is. Way too short.
It's too short.
But if you know they're going to win, then why wouldn't you put it in?
Yeah, fuck it. May as well. Fuck it. No, you're right. May as well.
I mean, if you're that confident.
I am.
The Cowboys also averaged 30 points with Scotty Drink in their last 5 home games as well.
Holy
So
shit.
there could be some points on here in a hot, steamy one in Townsville.
So what? You telling me, like, if I was to add, and I'm not saying I will, but if I was to add Cows 13 plus.
So I get $9.96.
I'm going to have a whole lot of head noise on Friday if these bets don't come off. Trell doesn't score and bloody Ewan doesn't score.
Yeah, but that's all right. You would just be sacked. That's fine. There's nothing riding on it.
No.
I wouldn't wig out or anything.
No.
You just won't be here next week.
You'll be gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave Cows off. I'm just going to take Ewan and drink.
I just like you and drink has a
It's got a
sound
nice
to it as
thing.
well.
Yeah,
when something rolls, you
roll with it.
Yeah.
Lippy Eddie, what's he doing?
Cows head to head. Drinkwater. Sarko 807.
Sure. You made the belt, so I'm not going to bag you out. Panthers Seagulls. Match of the round. Saturday.
Match of the round.
Penrith $1.35. Manly $3.15. Line 9.5. Over under 42.5. Rando pro Manly stats, please.
Well, I don't want you to copy any more of my bets, so I'm going to give you anti-Manly stats. The Seagulls, they've lost their last 6 games against Penrith.
Right.
And in the last decade, the Seagulls have only won once in the mountains from 7 visits. To add salt to Manly travellers, they've only won 2 of their last 15 games as the away underdog. So it does point to the Panthers here. I will play nice, though. The Panthers' right edge has conceded 75% of their tries, which is music to Manly's strong attacking left edge ears. Schuster, Turbo, Garrett coming down that left-hand side. If they do find points, it will be probably through Rubes, who leads the comp in line breaks with 9. So that's my anytime try scorer option.
Okay. Thank you, Rando. They are not glowing stats for the Manly Seagulls. Sebo, as someone who has changed teams more than anyone else on this panel and a former Panthers fan yourself, I'm going to give you the honours.
Yeah. Well, if you think about Penrith averaging, 10 points a game conceded, and Manly let in from Newcastle without Kalen Ponga 32 points.
Play nice.
So the Panthers minus 9.5 is one of the easiest lines you'll ever pick up.
Play nice.
I want to have a bit of fun with this as well. So I'm throwing in a Taruva and a Crichton, but then also a Nath Cleary because I just want to have fun with this bet, especially if Cleary gets over first or something and you're like, boom, that's the hardest leg done. It's 15.82, but yeah, that line is easy. 13 plus is probably easy, but that line is way easier.
Rando, do you have any stats around defensive centres for the Seagulls and which side's better defensively? Is there anything?
Yeah, who have you put in?
I'm just asking you questions.
Well, if there was potentially maybe if there was potentially a centre playing on the right,
side,
maybe a right centre. Maybe
is there a side where Manly struggle more defensively than the other?
Maybe just a right centre. Maybe
Manly haven't conceded a try to a centre this season.
What side are we worse at in a defensive sense?
Left side.
Our left side's worse this year. Who's left? That's not our boy.
Left's Brad.
Well, that's because Brad's the only one fucking been playing.
But it was mainly up until Dom Young just absolutely blitzed it last weekend.
Well, that's
that
true.
Does fractionally change
Young.
everything. Pre-DY, BDY.
Why else? You don't even have a...
No, because based on just the attacking stats for Penrith, what he was saying about Penrith's attacking, and I'm just trying to work out whether I bring, do I put a Penrith player into my bet?
You'd be silly not to. You guys obviously have your Manly bias, but
look, I'm doing it.
This is going to be a 36 points that Penrith are going to score. You may as well get a little bit of juice from one of them.
I tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm going to take. Basically, this is where I'm sitting, punters and dribblers, and 2023. New year, new me. Now, in years gone by, I'd sit here and I would scream Manly 13 plus from the rooftops.
Yeah, we've matured.
But with age, you start to age like a fine wine, which is what I'm doing, and you become a bit more measured, potentially a bit more considered with your bets. Now, I'm not going to say for a fucking damn second that Manly can't win this game because you better fucking believe we can. But on this occasion, I don't want anything to do with lines, margins, results because I see a Manly side that can turn it the fuck on if they want, but I can also see a Manly side that can leak points if it wants. Vice versa. Panthers know how to put points on if they want. They can also defend fucking well if they want. So there's a lot of unknowns going into this game. So I look for things I do know. Now, it was about this time last season, maybe it was a little bit later in the season that I went out to Shark Park. There was a player for Manly out there who had a bit of a rough night defensively. I can't remember who his name was. Anyway, I look at Isaac Tungo and I think, is he potentially running at that same player? Maybe he is. And maybe he's a bit of a certainty to score a try this weekend. Maybe that's the case. But then I hear Big Rando saying that the Seagulls are likely to score down our left edge. Now, Ruben, arguably the hottest player in the comp. Some would say he's the hottest player in the comp. I'd say he's the hottest player in the comp.
It's not arguable, then, is it?
He goes in. Pungo, Ruben, 558.
I'm taking Manly with the start. Manly plus 9.5. You come off the back of a famous draw, which is all guts and glory. And all it is, it's just about going, if you escape games like that, right? You come away and your lessons are learnt. You learn lessons are learnt. I'm a fucking huge Seabold fan, always have been, and I'm sure that he's going to have the boys primed and ready. Giving them the start means that even if they were to lose, even though I don't think they will, you give yourself a little bit of wiggle room. Rando, you made some great points about Manly's left edge attack. You've got Ruben, you've got Tommy. I think Tommy didn't score last week. He's probably due this time. So you go on Ruben, you go on Tommy. But there is a centre for Manly, again, whose name escapes me, who has had his issues defensively. You could argue Bradman Best scored last week. I'm going to say he didn't, but arguably he did. Tango's also, I'm just going to put him in there.
Just put him in.
Manly plus 9.5, Turbo Ruben Tango, 2061.
Mad. do you want a side bet with the line?
Go again.
No, I'm not going to do a side bet on the line on this one.
I mean, you've got it in your bet, and I've got it in my bet, so we're both pretty
makes
bullish
sense.
on the line. It's not like I'm making up something out of thin air.
No, of course not. I'm choosing in a game that is involving my club where there's emotions.
Yeah,
and
you've already got it in your bet. Like it's
No, I know.
I'm not
so
making
you may remember
something.
this from last week. You said, in an advisory sense, I'd advise you not to go into bets with your own side.
Yes, sir.
But But if you already have that leg that I'm trying to make a side bet out of in your bet, you're not trying to be convinced of anything new. You've already
Listen,
got it.
I've played your Monopoly, bro. You're not going to talk me into this one. You're not talking me into selling fucking Mayfair, buddy. I'm not doing it. But I do appreciate your attempts. You can go and fuck yourself. Manly plus 9.5. Turbo Ruben Tango 2061. Who hasn't gone here? Is it just the Lippy?
Lippy, Critter, Tongo, Hosking, 1171.
Not enough for 3 try scorers. Broncos Raiders. This is one where you can probably pick up some ATS juice, IMO. Broncos $1.18. Raiders $4.75. Line 14.5. Over under 45.5. Rando.
Be hot and dry at Suncorp, 27-degree day. The Raiders, they have a horror record at the venue, winning only 4 of their last 19 visits and only 2 of their 13 games against the Broncos at Suncorp. However, in saying that, the 14.5 line does intrigue me, considering that their last 4 games versus the Broncos at Suncorp have been decided by less than 8 points, and the Broncos haven't defeated the Raiders by 13 plus since 2014. So keep that in mind. For try scorers, the best value here is Reece Walsh at $2.35. The fullback has scored 5 tries in 5 games against Canberra, and Queensland-based fullbacks, so Dolphins and Cowboys, their fullbacks have scored a double against the Raiders this year. Walsh has scored 3 tries in 4 games for the Broncos. He has had 9 try involvements and 12 line break involvements in those 4 games, which the line breaks account for 43% of them. So if anything's going to happen, it's going to be around him. And I reckon the stats back him up to score a try.
Okay, I'm adding some shit. Kid's adding some shit. Nothing crazy, though. I'll tell you what I started with. You know what's better than wrangling a stags? Wrangling 2 of the bastards. Now, I've never wrangled one. So what I'm doing here is very bold. I'm going out into the bush. I don't have any fucking gear. I've never done it before. I don't even really know what I'm doing. But there's been stags about the last few weeks. I've been hearing that it's stag season.
It's stag season.
And I'd be silly not to go out there. But if I'm going to try go get one for a fucking $1.80 or whatever it is, you're off your goddamn head. $1.85. So I'm going for a 2 stag hunt. That's going to get me $5 dues. And then I'm chucking in a Reece Walsh because of Randos stats. And that's going to get me $10.65.
Nice. That's pretty similar to my bet. I'm just doing 1 stag because I've got 1 stag in my living room already hanging up there. And it's been a while, but Walsh has actually been really hard for me to wrangle this year. I haven't
You haven't wrangled an eyelashes?
I haven't got him yet. So he's going to look real good right above the fireplace there. 2 stags next to him because I've already got the 1 stag. So I'm going stags and Walsh. 427. I see this as just a wrangling game because, like, the Raiders suck. Maybe they can pull something out of their ass, but yeah, it's an ATS hunt, and so you can just, do as many as you want, or you make it fun and wrangle the guys that you really want to wrangle, so then you can move forward in the season confident that you can keep wrangling.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a wrangle for sure this weekend.
A wrangle game for sure.
It's obviously stag season. They're mating at the moment, so rutting at the moment. So there's plenty about. Listen. The Raiders have been fucking dog shit. Let's just be honest about that. Everyone's going, oh, yeah, but it was only 13-6 at halftime against Penrith. Yeah, but it's 2 halves of footy, so I don't give a fuck about halftime. They got absolutely humped in the second half. The Broncos unchanged. Jackie White not playing. It's not looking
He's not playing, is he?
He's not playing. It's not looking good for the Raiders. Not looking good at all. Broncos 13+ at home. Long weekend, so the punter and the dribbler will be fucking baying for blood in the stands.
Hot day.
And they'll give it to them. This will be gladiatorial. This will be a massacre. Broncos 13+, a stag. Obviously, they're rutting at the moment. We know that. A Jordan Ricky, because he's got pretty good hips and his
Dude,
hips don't lie.
wrangling a Ricky is something that when Sebo was talking about, wrangling and players you want to wrangle, I want to wrangle a Ricky.
I'll tell you why, because he'd be a great Rube. His hips are...
You don't wrangle these to fuck them, though, Eddie. I just want you to know. You wrangle them to mount them on a wall.
Well, listen.
I'm just
Horses
saying.
for courses.
Well, if you're wrangling them, you're not fucking them. If you're dating them, different story.
Listen.
Dating an ATS and wrangling an ATS.
Because if you're dating someone, you're going, so Kennedy, you're dating, right?
Well, I'm wrangling a stag because it's rutting. No, I'm wrangling a stag, and then I'm dating Ricky and Walsh.
You can't date Ricky unless you've already wrangled him.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like dating is when...
You just said... No. Now you're confusing me. If you're wrangling, it's a hunt.
You can date
if
someone
it's dating,
before.
it's a hot date.
You can date them before you even get them?
100%, because you can date them, but I think you can talk about dating them, and once you get them, but once you start getting a few bangs on them, you're officially
but I don't think you're asking him out for a date.
Fucking oath I am.
Yeah.
You're not
exactly what I'm doing.
No, you're asking him out.
Ask him out. Do you want to come look at my stag? I've got man and wrangle.
Well, you hope.
Well, it'll be up there, especially if he goes first. $20.51.
What are you doing with Walsh?
Well, he comes too.
No, but I mean, are you dating? Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to invite them both over to look at the fucking new stag I've got on the wall. All right? And if one thing leads to another, good.
Okay.
I'm wrangling my Walsh instead of dating him because I've got my I'm pretty.
You don't want to date that guy.
Well,
I've actually wrangled a Walsh already, so
I've got Brimo and I've got all the Sharkies boys. We're getting a bit we don't want to get more than 2 Ubers, like an Uber Maxi or something, and so
pay through the nose.
If you wrangled and had a Walsh on the wall, you'd give big serial killer vibes. If you walked into the house and you had his head mounted on the fucking wall.
With 2 stags next to him. Yeah, no, it's just everyone look at these eyes. The taxidermist did a great job.
Yeah, these eyelashes do not quit, even after a wrangle. The Lippy is doing what?
Broncos 13 plus, Herbie 2 tries. Don't like it. And Cobbo 12.55.
Jeez, there's a lot that needs to happen there that won't happen. That's bizarre.
I don't remember a single one of the Lippy's bets.
No, listen, he gets a pass because he did create the belt, Bowen belt. That's all he gets. But these have been forgettable bets from the man who made the belt. Next up, Titans Dragons. Is this the first rematch of the year that we had?
The next one as well is another rematch as well. Knights Warriors who played in round 1 too.
Titans Dragons, Cbus Super Stadium. Titans favourite.
Don't know how I feel about the early season rematch.
No, I don't either. But I also don't know how I feel about the Titans being favourites
on Sundays.
Yes. No, these are So Titans Dragons is Sunday, Knights Warriors Sunday, and then Tigers Eels.
Am I missing something that why is NRL making Sundays?
Because it's the long weekend.
I know, but every Sunday it seems to be the poo slingers, and it's Sunday's a hell of a day to watch footy. Why?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Back to back. I know you've got to put them somewhere, but
Broncos Raiders Sunday would have been good.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, Titans Dragons. Titans $1.73. Dragons $2.10. The line 2.5. Over under 46.5. Rando.
Queensland continuing that hot streak, 28 degrees and dry for this one. Now the Titans, they have won their last 10 games at home as the favourite, covering the line in 7 of those games. On the flip side, the Dragons have lost 15 of their last 16 as the away underdog and have failed to cover the line in 13 of those games. So looks like you can take the Titans the line here. It's a non-value tip, but you can't look past Cam Pereira for the Titans. He's scored 5 tries in his last 4 games, and the opposing left winger has scored the second most tries against the Red V. I think it's an absolute mismatch with his speed up against the slower Michaeli Ravalawa.
AJ out, Kieran Foran Pop not playing. Dragons, I can't get a fucking read on at all. I'm taking them because there's more value in the Dragons, and I'm taking them for that reason alone.
210.
Honestly, I put my hand up, but I'll be honest about it. I think this is a fucking flip of the coin, and Dragons are paying more, so they go in. And Jaden Sewer, just to round things out for me, 8.16. It's a nothing bet for a nothing game.
Certainly a nothing game, Edward, and I follow you on the Dragons dub at 210. I take that. Everything else for me has been basically I haven't bet a single Dragons player or the Dragons at any point this season. Not once. I had to go wait, who the fuck are their try scorers? Oh, okay. Yeah, sweet. So this is the first time I'm dabbling on the Dragons. I'm taking him to win. Tyrell Sloan's going to score. And when I say gonna, I'm saying I hope he's gonna. Talatau Amone. You know why I picked him? Rhyme. Sloan and Amone. That was it. It was pure rhyme scheme.
Mate,
but
that makes sense.
yeah, in a game where it means nothing, you go rhyme.
Listen, in a game where you could argue it's a fucking flip of the coin, you're better off picking St. George players to score a try because there's only one St. George player in the top 6 in the try scorer markets. Ravalawa.
Yeah.
That's it. Otherwise, it's all Titans players. David Fafita, 220 to score a try. Philip Sammy, 202 to score a try. Shoop, 245. Brian Kelly's 245.
Yep.
Like, no, thank you.
No. But
No, thank you.
Is that because no one ever includes Dragons players? So like the market, so like we can pump it up because we need to entice some punters.
Dragons players are like not notorious. There's no one standout Dragons try scorer. I mean, Blake Laurie's leading the list with 2 at the moment. So
Jesus
there's
Christ.
literally nothing.
So that's
to go
value.
yes,
So
but
it
what
is
else
value.
is value is you add Khan Pereira to my thing off the back of Randos stats, and what you get is 25-36. So Dragons, Sloan Amone, Khan Pereira, 25-36. Call it New Testament, call it Old Testament, call it what you want. I don't give a fuck.
I'll pump your tyres a bit more here, Tommy. Tyrell Sloan, the fullback, has scored the most tries against the Titans, 5 tries in 4 games. And Talatau Amone, the left half, that right side channel that he's attacking, has led in the most tries for the Titans as well. So there's some tyre pumping there.
Are you sweating over there a little bit? You look like you're a bit sweaty.
Me?
Yeah, like you're
I'm okay.
wigging that everyone's just fucking taking
Everyone's
the
just
lead on
taking my
things this
bets,
week.
and
Especially Tom, who's taken the last 4.
well,
I
I
haven't
thought
taken them, but I've used some of them.
I was under the impression that I had
1, 2,
immunity
3,
here, but now I know that these are sackable
You've
offences.
actually taken the last 5. Not a good sign for you, buddy. Not a good sign at all.
What have I done? I've done Ewan.
Bruh, you've in the last 5 bets, you've gone Bunnies, you took his advice. Cowboys game, you took his advice. Panthers Seagulls took his advice. Broncos Raiders took his advice. Titans Dragons took his advice.
But what I haven't done is change my bet wholesale, but I've taken pieces of experts around me to help enhance what I'm doing. And when you look at my last fucking weeks,
you know what it says?
I haven't taken enough of randos, and that's possibly why I'm so bad. So I'm taking from everywhere.
You're all at sea.
I'm an artist, mate. My inspiration comes from everywhere. And so
You are. I've never seen a man more fucking
down in his luck.
well, not even down on his luck. Like I don't even know if
No
you
conviction on his bets.
No,
Well, that's what happens when you fucking picked like 6 from 50.
you've lost your mojo.
Yeah, I have. I'm like Austin Powers. Lost my mojo. But he found his mojo, and so will I this week. So,
I don't think you fight it.
Dragons, Sloan, Amone, Khan Pereira, 25-36. Everyone else, take it away.
Comment if you're concerned for Tom, because fuck knows I am.
Responsibly. Sebo?
I had Campiera and Ravalawa to score 2 each because I didn't really respect this game too much, that I just tried to throw in a bunch of try scorers. But I'm keeping Khan on the back of Rando's stats. But the fact that he told me that the max try scorer, the top try scorer for the Dragons is Blake Laurie on 2 tries.
Is that legitimate?
Yeah, absolutely.
That is
I
fucking insane.
am not backing any Dragons try scorer for 2 tries. So I'm just taking that out. I'm just all in on Khan at 475 to score 2 tries.
That's a better bet.
That's a way better bet. And it's one that you and I, Eddie, will look back on and go, we probably should have done that.
That's all right.
What's the Lippy doing?
Lippy's doing Ravalawa and Khan Pereira and overs 489.
That's a shit bet.
I don't know if I like the overs.
Don't love it. Don't love it. Let's move
Could
on.
be like fucking 13-12 or 8-5 or something. You know what I mean?
Knights Warriors. Knights $1.96, Warriors $1.82. The line 1.5, over under 42.5. Rando, what am I changing about my bets?
The dry 20-degree day in Newcastle. The Warriors, they have won 4 of their last 6 Sunday games at McDonald Jones Stadium. The Knights, they haven't beaten a top 4 team as the underdog in their last 13 games, with the favourite going on to cover the line in 10 of them. Now, the Knights' right side defence has leaked the most tries for them, and with T. Marie Martin back, we will see the Wires go back to that left side dominant attack. Against the Sharks, it was only SJ running the show, and he just basically ran it all right side. So looking for them to come back left. The opposing left winger has scored 4 tries this season versus Newey, and all 4 tries have been when Dom Young has been the defensive winger. So I am picking Marcelo Montoya here, who I think is pretty good value at 235. For those looking for even more value, look at Wade Egan here. He has scored in each of his 4 games this season. He's looking to become just the 3rd hooker in the NRL era to score in 5 consecutive games. And the Knights, they've conceded the most tries to hookers of any team in the comp.
Oh, fuck, Rando.
So Wade, he's $3.80, which is pretty unders for a hooker.
I like it,
but he is looking good here.
Bro.
I'm staying away from it though for Wadey's sake, but I like it.
No, the reason I won't be going
good stats this week.
Yeah,
mate.
really
Thank
good
you.
stats. The reason I won't be going near that Wade one is because of the fact that history's on the line. Like that's when it won't happen.
Yeah.
You don't want history on the line. Listen, I like the fucking cut of the Warriors jib this year. I thought it was gritty stuff against Sharks on the weekend. I don't think anyone gave them a hope in hell of winning. Come back and win in those circumstances. I like what they're doing. The Knights, I think, probably sniffing their own fluffs after drawing against an absolute titan of the NRL in the Manly Seagulls last weekend. And I think that might be their own demise. So Waz -1.5, Montoya, he was already in there for me. So nice to hear that I'm backed up by Mr. Rando himself. And Greg Marzu, who just seems to be fucking scoring and doing a bit at the moment. He goes in $7.93.
Nice.
Sebo?
I like it because I like that because I also have Marzu and Montoya. I'm going all 4 wingers. I haven't landed one of these bets before. I feel this is the type of game that will happen. Dommy scored what, like 3 or 4? 4. Marzu's been scoring almost every week.
I feel like Marzu started playing well when you started shitting on him that one game a couple of weeks ago.
Never have I ever.
No,
you shit on him
there
one
was
week.
one week you shit on him and then he just
He
was
scored
like,
3 in 2 games, Marzu.
Yeah, there we go. And Montoya, he just can run over someone. Kossi, we've been on him a bit. He got over last week. I don't know how much he's getting over, but I feel this is the type of game that all wingers score. I feel if there is going to be one, it's only 14.07 because I think the bookies know. So that's Dommy, Marzu, Kossi, and Montoya.
I had Cozzy, but then upon Rando saying the Montoya thing, I did change to Montoya. But my bet...
Okay, so we'll make that one yellow as well.
Well, that's all right. I've done it.
No,
I get a cut of all the winnings here?
You won't because there's plenty more of this bet that needs to happen. I got Waz to cover 1.5.
You should just. Why don't you just take his bet every week?
Because mine's better.
Like next week, you may as well just take
No, because his bets are all like $2.80. It's like fucking Parra to win, Sevo anytime. You're like, cool, dude. With respect. Waz -1.5, and I've got Montoya in, switched him out for Cozzy. Curran, I like Curran. He's a good, honest rugby league footballer, and he's paying like $5.60 or some shit. Do your own research. And then I've also got Dommy Young. I haven't wrangled a Dommy this year. I wrangled a fuckload during the World Cup, but an NRL Dommy has been hard to come by. And Dommy would look good up on a wall. So Montoya, Curran, Dommy, anytime, and the Waz to cover 29.30.
29.30. This is so obvious what this is. I just went back through your bets. They're all like 19, 20, 29, 30. So predictable. You were just unimaginably predictable. You're not even trying. You're just like, fuck, I don't want to use
No.
lose units.
Mate, it's not about losing units. It's trying to win them. It's trying to win units.
No, it's not.
This is trying to win units.
No, it's not.
Absolutely, it is. I'm hemorrhaging
it's
right
not.
now. I'm trying to win units. Stem the flow. I'm triaging.
If you don't hit a unit scuba, which is clearly all you're trying to do, big trouble for you. You'll run out of money soon.
We'll see.
This is why he's doing it to avoid that. You know what I mean? So he doesn't run out of money.
Wow, sorry for playing the game.
No, smart.
Sorry
is
for fucking
picking a couple of legs you're bullish on. And getting the $5 odds and actually getting a bet.
Nah. Well, listen, we're both season winners, so unfortunately, Eddie, your opinion doesn't matter for shit because you've come last every single time we've done this. Sebo as a champion, I do respect his words. Not the man, but the words. Eddie, unfortunately, is a man who's never come higher than last, has nothing to say.
Mate, it's all right. In the season we did this, there was.
Have you got
I won rugby league in the season you won. You only won because. Golf, simple as that.
Higher than
Take
last.
the golf. Yeah, I came second the first season. You fucking.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I
Come
did.
on. You're a last place loser.
That's all right, mate. Check the tapes.
Well, check the
can't.
honour boards, bro. You haven't won a season. Haven't won a season. Now, what's the Lippy doing?
Wires head-to-head, Egan, Dommy Young, 10:03.
Thank you, loser. Not the guy, Eddie. We move on to Tigers Eels, the Monday game. And it goes like this. Tigers are $4.10. The Eels $1.22. Line 13.5. Over under 44.5. I will start this off with the guys that never won a comp. Edward, what are you doing? Rando! Fuck!
I've been giving you all my tips. Surely,
no, dude, but I was too eager to rip on Eddie, and that was my own fault. It came back to bite me.
It's going to be a dry Monday afternoon at a core. Now the Tigers, just talk about how shit they are. They have lost a club record 10 losses on the trot. They are also winless at a core. They haven't won there since round 19, 2018. But flashback to this game last year, the Tigers were 0-5, and their points difference was the exact same, -64, and they went on to beat the Eels 21-20. The Tigers, they've also won 5 of their last 8 Easter Monday clashes against Para, and only 3 of their last 10 games has resulted in an Eels 13-plus win. We've only seen, I think, 4 games this year be a 13-plus match, so a lot tighter. Not too sure if we can trust the line there. For my try scorer, I'm going with the X Factor, Clint Gufferson. He scored 9 tries in 7 games at a core, scoring in 6 of those last 7. He's also scored in each of his last 2 Easter Monday games.
Okay, now we go to the loser. What are you doing?
Other
than winning.
Well, mate.
Sorry.
No, how many bets you got this year? Fuck all.
Fucking
Why are you
got a
talking
belt,
about
bro.
fucking 2 years
No, I'm
ago?
just saying, like, I just won't respect your opinion. You haven't fucking.
Well, we don't respect yours. That's for damn
okay.
sure.
That's right. I'm a champion.
No, keep going. Take Rando's
forever
bets.
a champion. Forever a
Take
champion.
Rando's bets.
Forever a champion.
Well, thanks to fucking someone's
Forever a
golf bets.
champion.
Thanks to someone's
Forever a
golf bets,
champion.
who may or may
Never a champion.
not be.
Don't deflect.
That's not a deflection. That's just the truth. Fuck it hell. I'm not going to sit here and tell fucking pork. Eels 13 plus. Eels 13 plus. Because the Tigers suck. And I just think, listen, last season they won this game, Easter Monday, and everyone was, oh, how good are the fucking Tigers. This season it's different because Pascoe, I just think that he's tempted the fucking gods here, and the final nail in the coffin, so to speak, was his disrespect towards the Diggers, and I just don't think that doesn't go unpunished. I think the Tigers get humped. Eels 13 plus. Sean Lane's back. Mm-hmm. Kid can play. And Penasini, who stood me up last time, I'm dialing it back a little bit. I think we tried to go to Fred's last time. It was probably a little bit over.
You came on too strong.
We was getting a beer at the pub, so hopefully that sits well with Will Penasini, 1077.
I am going to go to you first, Sebo, and as I do, I feel like you've gone very conservative on this game.
Yep. I'm just getting my $3 and getting the fuck out of there.
Not even.
Not even $3, $2.95. Look, I can't get it out of my head that maybe last week when I was going on about the Tigers and their bounce back that it could happen here, but I'm not betting on it. I'm just avoiding it. And I'm just going, look, this is a game where most likely Para will put 40 points on them. Like most likely, and Tigers might score a couple tries. So Sivo's definitely getting one of those tries. He's been scoring every week. And then Gotho, he just, what was the stat, Rando? Gutherson's good against the Tigers or something?
No, he's good at a core stadium, 9 tries in 7 games.
Okay, I'll take that.
Imagine being good there. Like, it's a good place to be, obviously, because there's a lot of finals.
No one's
there,
watching you be good there.
That's no, except for the grand final, but
But yeah, like if you want to win a season, sometimes when you see a game that you can get an easy $3 out of, just take it. Don't try overjuice it to like $20 odds and just like go, okay, there's going to be like 8 try scorers, so let me try pick 7 of them. No, it's like just take your couple and get out.
If you see a tree full of oranges and you don't make juice, then you're a fucking idiot, or at least try to make juice. I like the Eels minus 13.5. The fucking Tigers suck. We know it. They've already fucked the jersey. Their CEO sucks. Dane Laurie doesn't want to be there. They fucking pick Brandon Wakeham after he came on and they picked him in the halves. Apparently, they said he's got as long as he wants there. And then they said Dewey's the best fullback at the club. 2 weeks later, they've literally dropped Brandon Wakeham. Dewey back in the halves.
Staines back to fullback.
Staines to fullback. Laurie not picked. This is it.
But Luke Brooks has been there for 10 years.
Luke Brooks 10 years. Disrespect the Diggers. They're a fucking absolute. They're a shit show. So the Eels definitely minus 13.5. Now, this is where it gets a little interesting. Sevo first, second, or third try scorer. I don't think that's crazy. I think that's pretty straightforward. I think that probably happens. Then I've got Sean Lane in his return game. And then I've got Dylan Brown. I like the left. I like the left of the Eels. So you put all that together, 28-43. I think that might be my best bet.
That is your best bet.
That is your best bet.
It's comfortably your best bet.
Easily.
That's my best bet of the round. What's the Lippy doing?
Gutho, Sevo, Penasini, 763.
Just a forgettable week for the belt maker. With respect. We move on to the unit scoopers here, boys. Who wants to explain to any new listeners, watchers, just how the unit scooper works?
Happy to do that. Usually we will bet to make 5 units, which is $50. So if it's paying $2.50, you would put 2 units on. Makes sense? In this occasion, you put 1 unit on whatever the fuck you want. So it's $10 on something paying $1,000, $50, $10, doesn't matter. Make sense? There you go.
Thank you, mate. And what are you doing?
Listen, I mentioned in the Penrith Seagulls game that there might be a certain harm centre whose name I can't really remember, but I've got a vague memory of him sometimes leaking tries, and I think Tungo scores 2 of them against him. And then I've also got Stags for 2 because they're rutting and it's Stag season, 38.75.
Okay.
That's pretty nice and clean.
It's clean.
It's clean.
It's clean.
Bit of rooms, when you leave your hotel room and you come back and they've just
made all the
Well,
beds.
I think that's got turn down service about it.
Yeah.
Seba?
I'm just going pretty much all favourites. I'm going Graham, Targo, Cobbo, Marzu and Sevo to score 27, 5 try scorers. But again, I'm sticking to my strategy if I want to get a kind of $30-ish unit scooper before I start moving into the bigger boys.
Yep. I have dialed my scooper back this week to just 5 try scorers. There were just some games where it was difficult for me to really get a read on. But I've gone Suoli'i, Campbell Graham, Targo, Walsh, Penasini anytime, 92.94. If my last para bet was my best bet of the week, this is my second best bet of the week.
It's not bad.
That's pretty fucking horny. Pretty horny. That'll turn some things around for a young father of 2.
I don't mind these scoopers. I might throw a bit of my own Percy on it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a civilian.
Yeah.
A civilian punt. Yeah.
Not bad scoopers. Now, this is not a good scooper. I reckon this is the worst we've ever had.
This is the worst. I can't even looking
I
at it.
don't even think it's close in terms of how bad this is. He's tried to pick the over-under in every game. So he's got under 39.5, over 42.5, etc. Good fucking luck, mate. Good fucking luck.
Paying $169.83.
There's no way. They're coin flips, all of them. You're not gonna you can't pick fucking 8 coins in a row.
Listen, if you do it, good on you. But
Credit to you.
No fucking way.
There's no fucking way, mate.
The first game is going to shit himself.
There's no way in the world.
Let's move on to our 10 into 10,000. Then we're going to quickly hit the UFC and the Masters and get out of here.
And Rando's bets.
Sorry, Rando. Once again.
Rando's bets
Let's do Rando's bets now. Let's do Rando's bets now.
Beautiful. For my best bet, I am really big on the Titans and Calm Pereira. I'm just putting Titans the line into Calm Pereira to score. That's paying $2.92 now. As I mentioned, the Titans covered the line in 7 of their last 10 games as a favourite at home, and they've won their last 10 games as a favourite at home, so they should be able to cover -2.5. Calm Pereira, 5 tries in 4 games. Mismatch, as I mentioned, against Michaeli Ravalawa in pace. So, yeah, really do like the Titans hitting up a big win.
Okay.
Well done, buddy.
Lovely. Now let's do our 10 into 10. Have you got your hot boys?
Yeah, I do have some hot boys.
Let's go Randos hot boys. Now,
boys.
this isn't a multi. This is just you've picked your hottest boys of the week.
It's like if you're looking to make a smoothie, these guys
Could go in
based on stats, right? Or vibes?
Absolutely.
Stats.
No vibe for me.
Cool.
Mate, that's
We
just
don't come to Rando for vibe.
So yeah, I do one each day. So each day of the footy week. So first of all, my first hot boy, Jackson Paulo, fresh to Bondi. He's on Bondi Beach. He's going to Topicos. He's having a great time there. He has scored in each of his last 3 games. Melbourne's left edge is absolutely shot, so chuck him in there. Next up, I'm going to keep back in this Ewan Aiken thing. Told you the narrative before, how he has scored in each of his last 4 games at centre against the Cowboys. He's also scored 3 tries in his last 3 games with Cody Nikorima at 6 and him at centre. So chuck him in. Reece Walsh, the hottest of boys, chucking in him. The fullback scored 5 tries in 5 games against the Raiders. And then to finish it all off, I do like Guffo, his record at a core stadium, 9 tries in 7 games, scoring in 6 of those last 7. So those are my boys, Jackson Paulo, Ewan Aiken. We've got Reece Walsh and Clint Gufferson.
Randos hot boys. They sound hot.
Nice,
they do
mate.
sound hot.
10 into 10,000. Sebo, who you got Thursday night?
This is getting scary.
Yeah, it is.
It's getting super scary. And the fact that I got arguably the worst game to pick out of.
It's tough.
I just have to go to Toops. Like he's up there at the favourite. He's 245 for Christ's sake. That's how hard it is to find a try scorer in this game. So Toops, like I just pray to God the Roosters can just swing it left and just get him over at some point. I'm scared.
No, look, I'm with you. I've gone back to Graham. Cambo got it done for me last week. Toops got it done for me last week as well in this. So hopefully, there's some positive juju around that. But Cambo at 235.
Nice. I've got Tungo, 240.
Fuck, we're all Tungo better fucking go over this weekend.
And Rando?
I'm keeping it safe with AKP, Khan Pereira for the Titans.
All right, 4 to go. Wish us luck.
Wish us luck. All right. UFC 287 in Miami. It's Israel Adesanya rematching Alex Pereira for the middleweight world title, and then the co-main event is Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns. We start with the co-main event. In my heart of hearts, truthfully, I think that Burns probably wins, but he's just too short in any of the ways I think he's going to win. So I'm hoping for Masvidal in his hometown of Miami. The only way he's going to win is a fucking knockout, and I hope he knocks him out round 2, $26.
In my heart of hearts, I think that Burns wins by points, so that's what I'm doing, $2.50. I think he'd just be too strong, too powerful for Masvidal, who's a little washed up.
Ooh, harsh. Sebo, what are you doing?
Yeah, look, Masvidal's
God, that reminds me of Street.
I'm on Masvidal for a knockout at $8. Look, he's one of the few guys that I kind of know, and I'm on his side. Love Miami, love Vipers, all that sort of shit. So yeah.
And the Lippy has Burns by submission at $3.50.
Lovely. Going to the main event. This is a rematch in the UFC, but it's actually the 4th time they've fought. They've fought 3 times already. Pereira has won all of them, and after fucking stopping him in the 5th round. After stopping Adesanya in the 5th round of their last fight, I love Izzy. I'd be happy if Izzy won. But there's also something about Pereira that I'm starting to really like. He's like fucking... I'd love someone to look this up, or even myself, because I've been saying it without actually looking into it. But like he's like direct descendants from Amazonian tribes. And like I'm pretty sure his family like very close family were living in the fucking bush.
Yeah,
he's not long out of the fucking jungle.
Not many generations.
Yeah. So, and like he comes out and does like a fucking bow and arrow thing, and he's like, so there's just something about him that's sick. I'm just going round 3 knockout.
He's terrifying. He's absolutely terrifying. As the great Teddy Atlas says, strap a belt on a man and he gets 30% better overnight. By that mathematics, Pereira knocks him out, $3.25.
Well, I wish I knew all of this stuff, which I didn't. So I just went Adesanya points because I thought, fuck it, just try your hand at one of the favourite things for $2.50. But I'm all for Amazonian, like not many generations into the modern world type vibes, you know. So that's kind of, I eat that stuff up.
If Izzy wins, most likely it's points. So.
Yeah, I'll take
Almost
it.
certainly.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's all
it
right. You
someone
learn
out for
stuff. You know, next time
4
I
or
see his
5
name
points?
pop up, I'll be on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Lippy's gone Pereira on points, 650. Now, we move to the Masters and the return of the Butts bet. It's been a long time since we've butzed, and I've missed it personally. Can you explain, one of you, to our adoring fans what the Butts bet is?
Sebo?
Yeah. So we pick a golfer and we pick them to win come T10 or T20. And so we stake our T10 and T20 is the same as normal. But with the to win bet, we're chasing 10 units. So we're chasing $100. So because the odds are higher. So, yeah, that's basically it.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, you need one golfer to go. If one golfer gets like T10, you're cheering. They win, you're absolutely cheering.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've gone Cam Smith. He's back. He's back in the fold. He's been cast out into the live wilderness. And the way the PGA golfers have all been reacting have just been a bunch of pussies. So he's going to come back in. He was basically world number 1, wasn't he, before he left?
He got to 2, I think.
But would he have been world number 1? Either way.
If he won a couple more tournaments, like
Yeah,
but
okay. So
left,
he wasn't.
Yeah,
He left at world number 2.
Yeah.
After winning the British.
yeah.
When he won the Open, he was second.
So he's going to come back. He's going to smoke these fucks in the Masters. Yeah, I'm Australian. Yeah, it's a bit of fucking tribalism, but I like it.
Rory has sort of been the figurehead of anti-live, and ever since he's taken the mantle as like the PGA's sort of spokesperson, puppet even, if you wanted to use that term, he's actually been playing really fucking well. And he's been unlucky in love at the Masters. It's eluded him for a long time, and I think if he's going to get up and work, maybe this is the year with a little bit of that live motivation. Rory to win T5 and T10, not T20. $8, $263, $1.80.
Nice. I'm on Cam Smith as well with all the live stuff. But, like, yeah, he left at the peak of his powers and he won the Players last year as well. And they had the Players recently and he was, like, at the golf course next door and, like, shouted everyone a round of golf and, like, beers and stuff or something. Just put on a day for people because, obviously, he wasn't invited back. But he's like, well, I'm still going to come. I still am the champ and I'm going to go just sink beers and play on the practice course with a bunch of people.
What a dude.
Like, and he was like, he may have come third last Masters, but like he had the lead until Scotty Scheffler went crazy. When DJ won it, he was also coming second, so he knows how to play Augusta. And I'm all for drama, and I hope it's Cam, but any live player winning would just be fantastic.
It'd be sick.
It'd be drama.
Yeah.
Ooh, drama.
And it's basically like if you've got Rory and Cam here, it's like WWF.
Imagine if they went toe-to-toe.
WCW.
Imagine if they're playing in the final pairing.
Mate, it would be one of the best things you could get. Like,
Must watch golf. This Masters will be fucking good.
yeah, like
I'm frothing.
Yeah, DJ and shit. Like Brookie K's even a bit
Brookie
of form.
K's
like,
back.
Brookie K coming back into form after being a
Brookie
big
K
fat
is-
slob's great.
Brookie K loves the big stage.
Yeah, so I think those live boys would be. But I reckon bloody Greg's like if one of you boys win it, it's like another $100 million for you.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's probably said that privately.
Yeah,
I reckon.
definitely.
Like,
And you can get a BJ every day for the rest of your life if you want it.
Listen, if you're in the business of BJs,
They're on offer for the rest
we're
of your
handing them
life.
out.
And then the Lippy's gone Sungjai M, $31 he does. Don't know what he is for T10, T20, not in there, but that is that. Punters Dribblers, thank you very much for tuning in for another week. Thank you very much to Neds for the support. We love Neds, and if you're going to have a punt, you should do it with them. But if you are going to have a punt, please do it responsibly. Thank you, Rando. Thank you, Seb. Thank you, Eddie. Bye-bye. Tobler can't play golf.